In continuation of our series on women in furniture making business, we met Omomi Ogunye as she takes us through a journey of being an interior designer and a furniture maker.
It started in 2016. Actually, I resigned my former job in 2015 to take care of my first baby then. So I've always had a knack for interior design. So I went to the interior design school in 2015. I graduated 2016. Then I started the outfit bevel designs. So furniture making came after a while of me giving out jobs to artisans and they're not able to interpret my design as much as I want it to look. I wanted to have control over the materials that I use. I wanted to be able to design what I want for myself in terms of interpreting the furniture design and being able to explain what my clients want, like get it actually. Unlike me telling an artisan and the artisan now describing to another person that will do the job. So I wanted everything to be under the same place where I have control over almost everything that I do. So that's why the furniture manufacturing aspect comes to play.
Okay, so it is always a busy day at the factory, sweat, hard work, and a lot of details. For Omomi, the hard work and the sweat always pay off.
For a woman coming in newly, there are lots of challenges that she'll face along the way, but there's something that I know that will keep you going, and that's the drive, that's the passion. If you are passionate about what you're doing, if you have the drive, if you are consistent, then I think you can survive. Then another thing that you should put in place first is knowing what you are doing. Money should be the last thing. If you are knowing what you are doing, being good at your job, like if your pieces are really very nice, you are going to be sought after. So one of the major challenges we have is sourcing for the artisans. I think parents, individuals, they do not know the gold mine that furniture manufacturing is presently. There's a huge market for furniture manufacturing, but there are little skilled artisans. We have some that are trained, but not skilled. So getting the skilled ones is actually very challenging, but through word of mouth, they bring in their friends, having incentive programs for people that recommend, like if an artisan bring another artisan, we have something that we give them. That is how we are able to see the few ones that we have now. But getting artisans to come and work is the major challenge that we have.
What really sets Omomi apart is a unique fusion of interior design and furniture making. It's a blend that allows her to create pieces that not only complement spaces, but also design for purpose.
Interior design is the aspect of putting form, structure, textures, colors together to form a livable space. There are different aspects of interior design. As an interior designer, you are expected to be able to put a space together, make it livable for the client. Like you are putting the space together considering the lifestyle of your clients, regardless of what's it called now, budget you are working with. Whatever the budget, you are to be able to work with your clients to put together a livable space, putting into consideration the functionality and the aesthetics. I believe you should be able to work with whatever budget that your client has. So putting a space together, a clean, functional space, doesn't really have to do with you having an heavy budget. There are some, when you go on Pinterest, you see some spaces that are small, there's a design for it. There are spaces that are large, there's a design for it. So depending on what you have, your pocket, you should still be able to work with and still be able to create a livable space, either residential or commercial, a space that serves the purpose in which the owner wants it.
Amidst the busy and noise of woodwork, she blends her role as an interior designer and a furniture maker.
For those of us that combine the two, it's few. We have interior designers that contract their job out to furniture manufacturers. I work with a lot of interior designers now because they know that I know about it. So some are interior designers and some are furniture manufacturers, so it's two. But what is peculiar to us now is that I design and I manufacture as well.
So, but I want to also believe that will be demanding to an extent that will come with a lot of challenges. Although maybe it's more money, but it will come with a lot of challenges because of the fact that you want to combine designing for people and also manufacturing for them.
Okay, so when I started out, I was fighting, oh, should I stick to interior design? Should I stay with furniture making? For the past 2 years now, I've actually go in depth into furniture manufacturing, and that has helped us in the swift expansion that we are in scaling. So what I now do is I now employ more architects, more junior interior designers that now handle the project aspect. So when customers come to us and say, oh, I want you to design my space, I have staffs that now handle that. The only thing I just do is I check the concept, make sure I get go ahead from the client, and they do the supervision and everything that has to do with the project, while I focus on the business of the furniture manufacturing.
She takes us through the processes of making a piece, starting with the initial 2D design to the final touches.
The processes for making a sofa for us starts with a 2D pictorial image of the design that we are making. We make the 2D showing all the dimensions and each part of the sofa. So it is this that we will now give to the carpenter, and they will use that in making the structure of the sofa, following the specified dimension. So they will take a plank. The plank usually comes in a 10 by 12. So they will now cut the planks into pieces of 2 by 12. So it is these pieces of 2 by 12 that they will now cut and join together with plywood or templates and curves to make the structure of the sofa that we call the carcass. So when he leaves, the carcass is the final stage from the carpenter. So when he leaves the carpentry session, it goes to the upholstery session. And the process of upholstery is, number one, the webbing. They web the seats with webbing rubber. Then, after webbing, they foam the carcass. After foaming, they select the fabric in which they're going to use. They cut the fabric, they sew the fabric, and they cover the pre-foamed carcass and tack. So after tacking, it now moves into the quality check, and we now dispatch to the customer. After foaming the carcass, we go on to cutting the fabric. So we get the fabric that we want to use. There are different types of fabrics, the mat, the suede, the fabric leather, different types. Depending on what the client is using, we go ahead to cut the fabric that we are using for the structure. Then from cutting, it goes on to the sewing. So these are hardwares to give accent to the chairs. So this one now is a nail strip that we use in covering some of the tackings or some of the irregularities that the chair might have, and this also serves as an accent to the chair. Technology has really helped in the aspect of, we have some machines now that are really very accurate. Take for example the big panel saw, cutting machines, edge banding machines that you just have to put your boards in there and it cuts it, gives you the dimension, cuts it accurately, allow you save wastages in terms of doing joinery. That aspect, technology has helped. It has also helped in doing CGI, that's computer-generated images, while you are able to let the customer know that, oh, at the end of the day, this is how your space is going to look like when you are done with the space. This also let the clients have trust in you, and you are able to get the job faster than when you are just describing or just letting them know with your head. So all of this has helped us with technology.
I want to believe that at the start of this business, maybe you were getting your hands on some of the processes around here, but do you still do that?
Yes, I'm still hands-on. I believe you should be able to work with whatever budget that your client has. So putting a space together, a clean, functional space, doesn't really have to do with you having an heavy budget. You know, there are some, when you go on Pinterest, you see some spaces that are small, there's a design for it. There are spaces that are large, there's a design for it. So depending on what you have, your pockets, you should still be able to work with and still be able to create a livable space, either residential or commercial, a space that serves the purpose in which the owner wants it. So from the trainer, personally, I believe a lot of us are into residential. Meanwhile, there's a huge market in commercial now because people are really going into businesses, people are setting up their business, and as much as they want their homes to be good, they also want their businesses to be good because there's something called perceived value. If a client walks into your business space and it is really very nice and only there's a way when you call your rates, they are not able to price you down. You know, there's a perceived value that they see, and that comes from how your space looks like. So commercial spaces are really commercial spaces designer are really having a boom now.
Our goal is to empower others by sharing our knowledge and expertise.
There's a plan in place to set up an upholstery skills center in which we are able to, in fact, it's majorly for graduates. That's my plan. So this is to help young graduates to have a career in upholstery, majorly upholstery, in which they will be able to cater for themselves, cater for their families, and be proud that good things came out of their hands, because very soon Nigerian furniture will soon be sought after in other African countries. I have people from Kenya, Ghana ask me if we can export to them, and plans are in place to start doing that.
Meet Aderunke Malomo. A journey into the world of interior design and furniture making began with a simple desire to mend what was broken.
It all started just like an hobby. I grew up in a Bitimeta, very close to the sawmill, and I remember then when things get spoiled in the house, I go to the sawmill to get tie rod, to get wood by myself, and fix those things, fix the furniture. I love rearranging and organizing space when I was young. So it started just like an hobby. And, you know, it started like that till 2010, 2011. I started getting jobs, making curtains from friends and family. I go to market, buy them curtains, do soft furnishing. I started as an interior designer officially in 2014 after graduating from Mavin. And because of what we encounter in interior spaces, the most important, valuable, the most important piece in any interior space is furniture. We use furniture for most activities that goes on in interior space: sleeping, eating, resting, living. So, and you know, tell the artisans, by the time I give them my concepts, what I want, by the time I relate to them, they will say, okay, yes, we understand, we know it. And you'll be so surprised by the time they bring what you have explained to them, to you. That got me thinking and doing a lot of research. And 2019, I had to enroll for cabinet making under Lagos State trade fund. So I was trained cabinetry.
Aderonke's training in some aspects of furniture making has helped the quality of her work.
Well, to some extent, I would say yes, that okay, I can now control the quality that is coming out of the factory. I can monitor the materials that is used. But in terms of manpower, it's still a big challenge for me. You know, it's a man-dominating industry, and I still need men to work for me. And some of them, they will come in because they don't want the female to be the boss on them. They will give you their own, the way they do their own. And if you tell them that's not the way it should be done, it becomes a problem. And before you know it, they will start giving excuses of coming. They want to do it their way, or they'll tell you, oh, we can't come down to your factory. You have to bring it down to us and all that. That is still a gap that I'm still trying to fix. You know, I still need manpower, but at least it's still better than when I travel to different places to go and monitor what they are doing, and with a lot of surprises by the time I get there. But this one, if anything goes wrong, I can trace it to where it is, you know. So for that, at least for me, for quality control, I would say it's a success.
Confident in the quality and ingenuity of her work, she believes the Nigerian furniture making industry is on the right path.
If you see the talented ones, if you see what we are bringing out now, even if it's not 100% like the foreign one, at least now in Nigeria, you can see, like, you can give us like 65% to what we see. We interpret what we see on Pinterest, on internet. We interpret it very well now. Though we still have challenges with some elements, some materials, because of the exchange rates, and because we still need to bring so many accessories to finish our job to look like the way it should. We still have a long way to go in that very perfect finishing. But to some extent, like I said, 65 to 70, we are trying our best in Nigeria. So I still have some clients, like I said, I'm an interior designer. So I still have some clients that they would demand for Turkey finish. They want it, they don't want made in Nigeria. But some of them, by the time they see some beds that we make for them, some made in Nigeria, they'll be like, no, is it here? You know, because now we have accessories to finish. In Amud, you get a lot of accessories that it can be expensive, but if they want it and they know what it will cost them to get the Turkey one, and they pay for it, we measure it.
Our portfolio boasts a diverse range of styles from contemporary to classic, each piece uniquely tailored to a client's preferences.
We can say ottoman and is a bench. It can be used as an end bench in a bedroom, and we can also use it to style space in the living. The beautiful about it is also a storage bench where they can put some things that like blankets, throw pillows. They can use this to store things away from the floor. So it can be styled. It can be used as an end bench in a bedroom. Instead of sitting on your bed, you sit on this.
So the process, is it more technical to come up with something like this, or it's the usual?
Yeah, it's a bit technical. The hand to get these arms, you know, is a bit technical. You need to be calculative to be able to carve out this arm, and to come up with that, and also make it to open and close easily without struggle.
So what about the choice of fabric?
We chose this fabric because it's a contemporary design, so this can fit into several spaces. So that was why we chose this. It's a nude, neutral color that can suit many spaces. So you can touch it with colors. You can put a throw blanket that has a solid colors on it and style it maybe with tray and some decorative.
So let me take you back to your first love, so to say, the interior design.
And it's still what I do. I'm currently even doing my master's in Obafemi Awolowo University.
Okay. So what's the importance of colors and blending colors when it comes to interior design?
Well, color palettes. Color has a lot to do with our moods. You know, as an interior designers, we just don't design space. We actually touch moods. We create experience in spaces. So, and we use color to create different moods, you know, and we can use color to, you know, color psychology to actually bring in so many things into a space. Like for instance, a family that you know that maybe they don't like staying together. You can use color to bring them together. Make the place always inviting. They will want to always feel like staying in that space. There are some colors that when you use it, you just want to go out of that space. That's where you use bright color like orange in fast foods. They introduce red, colors that increase their appetite, and also is a color that you don't want to stay in that space for long. It will look as if everyone is looking at you.
Adirunke is willing to share her knowledge and expertise with aspiring craftsmen, offering training in the art and business of furniture making.
I've tried to, you know, develop some young guys. Mine is not only to women, both sex, both male and female. that are willing to learn. Like in my church space, I have talked about it to some teenagers that are willing. So I have young guys that I'm training. I have one of them here. Ridwan is learning, is training under us. So because we need these young people, we need them now. You know, you'll find out that those that really knows the woodwork, you know, we need to do a form work before we cover. And you know, they are the old men, those babas, and those babas are getting old now. They don't have that energy like they used to. So we need young guys, we need young to take over.
In Nigeria, the furniture making industry has long been perceived as a male-dominated field. However, a quiet evolution is underway, challenging stereotypes and carving out space for women to thrive as artisans, designers, and entrepreneurs in this traditionally male-centric trade. These women are not only reshaping the landscape of the furniture industry, but also breaking barriers and inspiring others to follow suit.